Now, today, talking about a subject that I think is kind of dear to all of us at the moment, and that's like the idea of, hey, look, it's tough times, but there are some things to be looking forward to, like summer, just the
Mm,
warmer weather, being able to get outside, enjoy it more. Christmas is coming, all of that good stuff. But
mm.
if we've been in a sort of negative frame of mind for a while, how do we turn that around so we can start enjoying these things?
That's true. That's true, isn't it? It's very easy to just stay in that spiral of doom and gloom and, oh my goodness, everything's dark. But it is about making the decision that actually, no, I have, the famous get your gratitude journal out and focus on what is good in your life, but also then start remembering what it's like to be excited, what it's like
Mm.
to feel joy, what are the things that you love about summer, that you love about Christmas, and start making some plans.
Yeah, I think, we've sort of been in a state of just being really internal, being at our homes, doing that kind of thing. But actually, there's something about summer, being able to get out, go for walks, go to the beach and actually go for a swim. That's kind of exciting.
It is. And it's actually really important. I mean, actually, physically moving your body is one of the fastest and most effective ways to start feeling better. So if you feel that you are stuck inside, that you've been inside too long and it's become a habit, then undo the habit and create a better habit. And it may mean that you actually have to write down all of the things that you want to do on a weekly basis. And
Mm.
one of them is move my body 3 times a week, because I know that by going to the beach, that by connecting with nature, connecting with God, these are some of the things I know have worked in the past. Nothing's stopping me doing it now. It's just changing that mindset.
Mm. It is about being conscious about how we approach things. I love I love talking with you last year because you actually went to the States at the time of the pandemic. It was brand spanking new,
Yes.
and goodness gracious, you could have been really fearful, but actually you tried to enjoy your time while you were there because you'd kind of you're already there, weren't you?
We were there. We left Auckland actually on the 28th of February, which was the first day, well, the first case in New Zealand. And we got on a plane and some people said to us, oh my God, why are you going? But it didn't
Mm.
even occur to us not to go. So we were away for 2 weeks in the States, and things were really ramping up then. And I remember making the conscious decision to not be fearful about it and to just trust that I do the right thing and practice good hygiene and that we would be fine. So making that conscious decision not to go into a place of fear was actually what enabled us to have a really good holiday. We
Mm.
even went to Disneyland. We were at Disneyland 2 days before it closed. But, we went there because we didn't want to live fearfully.
Mm.
And that's what I encourage people to do now is no matter what's going on around you in your hometown, in the city, wherever you are, make the decision to not live fearfully, but
Mm.
live fearlessly.
And I think
And it
you're
is a decision.
It's a decision. I think you're right. It's doing all the right things, good hygiene practices,
Yep.
keeping yourself safe in that respect, but then moving forward and moving ahead because with restrictions easing, then perhaps this is the time to actually just starting to enjoy things once again.
And to start feeling normal again. I mean, we,
Mm.
we don't quite know what normal feels like. We haven't
No.
experienced that for a few months, have we? But just to be aware, okay, yes, I am going to start freeing myself up a bit, but I invite people to free themselves up in their mind.
Mm.
That's where you've got to do it, because if you're outside but you're still so scared, that's not living. So I always encourage people to learn how to trust themselves, that we know how to, as we said before, physical distancing and practicing good hygiene and doing those things, we can still have a really good holiday and feel joy again instead of feeling fearful.
Mm. So, you talked about moving your body, but also a big part of maintaining resilience and being joyful is to connect spiritually as well. And that's a big part of it too, right?
Very much so. And the biggest part for me at the moment, probably even more so than the physical, I really am intentionally being connected to God every single day.
Mm.
And, some days are tougher than others and we just pray our way through it. But for me personally, that is a very important thing. And, when people call me and they're struggling and they're losing hope, I always ask them, just connect with God right now. That is, breathe first, but really connect with your God. That is such an important part of resilience.
Yeah.
As well as physical resilience and emotional resilience and intellectual resilience as well, feeding your mind with good stuff instead of the social media feed.
Yes. Yeah. And that is so easy to fall into that trap, isn't it?
It's a rabbit hole.
It really, really is. But yeah, it is taking that time to go, actually, today I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to do something else that I know I'm going to feel good after doing. And yeah, it is those things of connecting spiritually, but also getting out and about and doing all of those good things as well. Now, speaking of spiritually, The Chosen, we talked about this last week. This is something that you've really caught on to. Are you continuing with that?
Oh, you're going to laugh. You know what we've done is we've started, I got to about halfway through series 2 and I said to my husband, do you want to watch it with me? And he goes, yeah. And so we started right at the beginning again.
So you were there?
We've binge watched. Yeah, we've binge watched it actually together.
Oh.
So we've probably got to about season 2, episode 3 together. And I cannot tell you the strength I'm getting from watching that, even second time round within a week. It's the second time I'm watching it. So
there we go.
just a simple reminder, isn't it, of some of those magical moments.
Yeah, of course it is the story of Jesus and his followers. And if you haven't checked it out yet, I think Tanya is telling you it's a really good thing to be doing.
It sure is.
I really enjoyed it as well. And it's not just enjoying it, but it's that sense of connection that you get with watching it and just going, you know what? The disciples and Jesus, they had a hard time too. We can get through it.
Of course. Absolutely. With one parable at a time.
That's the one. Hey, Tanya, thank you so much. Now, we have talked about disconnecting from social media, but if people do want to connect with you, I mean, that is one place they can do it, right?
They sure can. And I've got a lot of resources on my YouTube channel as well as my website, tanyaunkovich.com.
Hey, thanks, Tanya.
You are welcome.